Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today. My name is Katie Shaw. I'm a born and raised Hoosier from Indianapolis, Indiana. In 2015 and 2016, I had the opportunity to lobby in Indiana for a bill that was being presented to protect the unborn from abortion just because they had a diagnosis with a disability or the parents didn't like the sex of the baby or the race. The bill was also trying to prevent babies who were aborted from being thrown in the trash like old pizza boxes and garbage. It would at least give those aborted babies the dignity of being cremated and buried. Lobbying that year started my journey for being an advocate for the unborn. My parents have always been pro-life, so they have taught me that every life is wonderful. But the older I get, the more I realize not everyone sees that. 34 years ago, when my parents were told I had Down syndrome, thankfully, my mom's doctors never mentioned abortion. There were people that asked my parents, "What are you going to do?" My parents responded that they were going to listen to the doctors and work together to help me have a wonderful life. Please let me share a few highlights of my wonderful life. I started preschool at 2, dance lessons at 4, kindergarten at 6. In elementary, I played softball, took piano lessons, was a Girl Scout, and received First Holy Communion. In middle school, I began playing the violin, ran cross country, worked on the yearbook, and was confirmed. In high school, I continued the violin and managed the softball team. Most classes were regular ed. I did have some special ed like math and economics. Math is not my forte. I also attended a career center to help me prepare for a job in childcare. I did work 5 years in childcare and attended Ivy Tech to earn my childhood associate degree. I changed career paths in 2009 and went into retail at JCPenney's. Still there and still love it. I am on the board of directors for Down Syndrome Indiana, where I put data into the computer, speak to school-aged children and medical residents about treating people with disabilities just like everyone else. I have a personal trainer, did a mini marathon, still volunteer, and play 3 sports. I have a busy life, but it's a wonderful life, just like all of you. I share these things with you because I believe in the mission of the Faith and Freedom Coalition, just like you do. We must all be faithful and effective citizens. We must speak out in public on behalf of our Christian values. We must lobby for what we know is right, like informing women about their health care and the baby's health care. That is what prenatal diagnosis is supposed to be for. Not to do away with people with disabilities, but help them. We must train citizens on how to be effective in civic action, like how to fight for the civil rights of the most defenseless. And finally, we must continue to fight discrimination against the faithful, like demanding the dignity of a proper burial for the unborn. In the movie A Wonderful Life, one particular man being born helped make the world a better place. His life was not perfect or go as he had planned, but he fought for truth, and though it wavered a little, he kept his faith. Because of his faith and freedom, he had a wonderful life. We must fight for those things. Earlier this year, I had the opportunity to meet with our leader, President Trump. He was interested in the pro-life work we are doing in our home states. I am so happy to have a pro-life leader. Thank you again to the Faith and Freedom Coalition and President Trump for the invitation to be here today. I would like to close with a quote from part of Psalm 139. I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Keep up the good fight. God be with you all. Thank you.